Hey guys, Jason Rains, your KC seller with RE/MAX Elite here. Today we're going to talk about what it's taking to get your offer accepted in today's market. So if that's something you're interested, make sure to stay tuned. Welcome back. Again, Jason Rains, your KC seller with RE/MAX Elite Realtors here. If you want to know everything about what it's like to eat, live, sleep, work, and play in Kansas City, this is the channel for you. But I need you to click the subscribe button and then tap on that little bell so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Every week, I'm fielding so many phone calls, texts, and emails from people that are thinking about or are in the process of moving to Kansas City. I absolutely love it. If that's you, if that sounds like a position you're about to be in or you're in right now, I need you to call me, text me, or email me at the information below, and just know I got your back when moving to Kansas City. So I've been fielding a lot of questions lately on what exactly it's taking to win an offer or go under contract with the market being as fast-paced as it is right now, okay? So we're gonna dive into that in this video, and I wanna explain a little bit about what I'm doing to get my clients' offers accepted, all right? So when we start talking about what it's taking to get your offer accepted when you're gonna buy a house, I think that it starts off with the communication between the buyer's agent and the listing agent. So when I'm out showing a house and my buyer decides that, hey, this is one that we wanna place an offer on, my very first thing I do is call the listing agent, right? Try to get some basic information. What does the seller need? What's important to the seller, right? It's not always the highest monetary amount or the highest offer amount that gets you the house, right? Maybe they need a specific closing date that's really important to them for whatever reason, okay? So I'm asking, hey, when are you presenting the offers? Maybe they're presenting in an hour and we need to get our offer in right away. Maybe they're not presenting for 2 more days and we have some time to maybe look at some other houses or game plan a little bit better to come up with the strongest offer, okay? So it's call the listing agent. Hey, what's important to your client? When are you presenting offers? Can you tell me what the other offers are? Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but depending on the agreement they have with their seller, sometimes they can actually tell me exactly what the other offers are, and then we just decide if we want to go to that place to beat those offers or not. It's as simple as that, okay? If they can't tell me exactly what the other offers are, a lot of times I can get them to give me some guidance on exactly what it is that their sellers are looking for in order to put the buyer's best foot forward. Now, when we dive into the actual offer itself, yes, the money part is important, okay? Over the last 6 to 8 months, we've been averaging anywhere from 102 to 107% of list price for the accepted offer price, okay? So occasionally we can get stuff closer to list price. Just closed a deal not too long ago that was only a couple thousand over, so that was really good. But generally, again, we're seeing that 102 to 107% as far as what it's taking to win the offer. But again, it doesn't always come down to the money aspect. Some of the other things that we're seeing being employed are in its present condition addendums. Now, or more commonly known as is addendums. There's 3 options when it comes to those. Option 1 is we can do inspections. We can walk away based on what the inspections reveal, but we're not going to ask for any repairs. It's not allowed to ask for any repairs. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is we can do inspections for informational purposes only, but we cannot walk away based on the results and we cannot ask for repairs. And then the third option, which I really strongly don't recommend employing, obviously every situation is different. I've had clients that want to use it before. But option number 3 is we completely waive our rights to inspections. We can't even do them at all. Another tool that we can employ to help make our offer stronger is what's called escalation clauses, okay? Some agents don't like them, some listing agents don't like them, so it's part of the conversation to have with the listing agent in that initial phone call. Hey, do you like escalation clauses? Can we submit an escalation clause? But what that means is, let's say for example, the house was listed at $500,000. Okay, so we're talking about a $500,000 house, and going off that 102 to 107% above list price. Let's say we start an offer, we go in at $515,000 for our offer price, right? We can then put in what's called an escalation clause, where we say, hey, we'll beat everyone else by $1,000 all the way up to $530,000. Again, these are made up numbers, but so we're gonna start at $515,000. We'll beat every other offer by $1,000 up to $530,000, because we don't always know what the other offers are. So it's a way to not necessarily end up at or start off at our very top dollar, which might be $530,000. We can start at a lower amount that's still a strong offer and maybe get it for the $520,000 to $525,000 range versus the $530,000 price point. Now we're talking about all these different things it's taken to win in a multiple offer situation. Now, I'm not gonna lie, some things I keep close to chest for my clients specifically, okay? So if you wanna know what those are, you gotta give me a call or shoot me a text so we can work together, okay? But another thing that's commonly being used right now is what's called appraisal gap waivers, okay? So what that means is your lender, if you have a lender and it's not a cash deal, your lender's only going to loan you the amount that the appraisal comes back at, okay? So if we're talking about a $500,000 house, and let's say we end up at $550,000, wins the deal, that's our contract price. But then the appraiser comes in and he only appraises it at $525,000. We have an issue, okay? So what typically happens in that situation is, without the appraisal gap waiver, the seller comes down to the appraised value. The buyer comes up with the difference somewhere in the middle, or the whole deal falls apart. Obviously, nobody wants the whole deal to fall apart, okay? But what an appraisal gap waiver is we're kind of negotiating that amount on the front end. So we might say, hey, our contract price is $550,000, and we're gonna offer a $10,000 or $15,000 appraisal gap waiver. Again, some of that depends on your specific circumstances. You actually have to have that cash available, okay? And the seller can request proof that you have those funds available to cover that amount. But in that situation, we say, hey, we'll cover $10,000 or $15,000 with appraisal gap waiver. And if the appraisal comes in low, you're paying the difference between the appraisal amount and the contract amount up to the amount that we specified, whether it's $10,000, $15,000, $5,000, whatever that amount might be. So in this situation, contract price was $550,000. Appraisal came in at $525,000. We had a $15,000 appraisal gap waiver. That means you're purchasing the house for $540,000, and $15,000 of that you're covering out of pocket in cash on top of your down payment and any closing costs. So a couple more pieces to talk about here. One is the lender themselves, okay? Right now we're seeing listing agents who really want to work with local lenders, okay? Now, maybe you bank at a large national bank, and that's okay, right? I'm just telling you what listing agents are wanting to see right now. They're liking local lenders because they can get a hold of them on the weekends, and it seems as if local lenders are better at communicating right now, and we're seeing deals close on time more with local lenders. Now, part of using a local lender, if we're not doing a cash deal, this kind of rolls into the whole appraisal gap waiver, okay? So depending on what type of loan you're using, whether that's a VA loan, an FHA loan, or a conventional loan, there's a couple others out there too, but those are the three most commonly used type of loans, okay? Let's say we're talking about a conventional loan and you're like, Jason, we're planning on putting 30% down on our next house. We don't have money for an appraisal gap waiver. A lot of people don't know that on a conventional loan, you only have to put 3.5% down. Now that does have some other implications further down the line as far as PMI and things like that, but we can reduce the amount of what you're putting down. Maybe we don't put 30% down. Maybe we back that off to 20%. You still don't have your PMI, which is primary mortgage insurance, and we can use that other 10% as our appraisal gap waiver. Again, you just have to be kind of fluid, flexible, and creative and open-minded as we're going through the process on putting together the strongest offer for that particular property. Now, I know this is a lot of information today, and it's a lot to take in. If you have questions or something comes up as far as, hey, what can I do to get my offer won? Or maybe you have a question on a completely different subject altogether about moving to Kansas City or about real estate, buying or selling, make sure to drop it in the comments below so I can do a video and dive deep into answering your questions specifically. So hopefully you found this video helpful today. If you're looking to move anywhere in the greater Kansas City area, I would love to be your go-to person, but I need you to call me, email me, or text me so I can help you find your dream spot here in the greater Kansas City area. Until the next video, I'll catch you later.